watching a former #1 in the world, Sunghyun Park, at the picturesque par 312.
Yeah, very short hole, 132 yards in this second round. What a shot.
Those are the shots we got accustomed to seeing. And she won a couple of majors, now outside the top 50 in the world. Climbing the Rolex rankings is the 22-year-old German Esther Henseleit. She's had 3 top 10 finishes since July. She is playing with, among others, Jong Lee 6. This for birdie at that same second to go to 5 under. And then at the third, this second.
From the tee all the way to the green, big slope from right to left.
Still going right to left. Former #1 in the world, 2-time major champion Jin Young Ko had this for birdie at the par 4 13th. Including this one, where we find Jin Young Ko, the 14th, and Jerry's there.
Straight down the hill. This hole gave up so few birdies in round 1.
At the 4th, Jong Lee 6 for par, Kay.
Yes, this to stay bogey free, and she's going to drop one back. 4 birdies, and now that first bogey on the card.
All right, so Lee 6 had the lead outright. Now she trails by 2 suddenly. How many players under par at the moment? How about 25, Judy? Halfway through round 2. That's not many.
Well, we had a lot of scores under par yesterday, but nobody could really go low.
Pujaria Nanarukkarn is the one who looks more like the #1 player in the world, not Sunghyun Park, with whom she's playing. She's coming off a win a couple of weeks ago in Ireland, her maiden victory on the LPGA Tour. 22-year-old from Thailand. There's Pujaria Nanarukkarn for birdie to get to 3 under. She's been doing some great work with Gareth Raflewski.
This is at the 15th. Maria Jutanagan has this for a birdie. You can see she's 7 over par. It's going to get her back to 6 over. This is Sarah Schmelzel on the tee at the 17th. 27-year-old from Phoenix, who's in her 3rd year on tour. One of the best shots we've seen there. Sarah Schmelzel, a lovely tee shot here. So this is to get it back to 2 over par, which she does. 1 hole to play, easily in for the weekend without a big number at 18. And Heeji's been out here a long time. This is for birdie at the 5th.
She's 3 under today, and to make that 4 under, she is doing a great job bouncing back from a 78 in round 1.
No. Going in the wrong direction.
Tom, she really is just in her extended rookie season and has shown a lot of promise.
The fact that 2020 was a shortened season and they basically gave the rookies of 2020 a 2-year rookie season, they exempted them into the following year. Angel Yin now, this is a 5th shot.
Yeah, first ball was not findable on that heavy thorny stuff and had to lay up after her 3rd shot from the tee. Oh, beauty, might be able to salvage bogey.
It'd be a good bogey.
She's almost cashed in $500,000 with her rough year. Good 6. You don't get to say that very often.
Almost got a fist pump on the bogey. That's pretty impressive.
And Park for par. Yeah. The wind's going to gust over 20 miles an hour as the day goes on. It's going to be a really tough afternoon, although it's not going to be cold out there. It was quite chilly this morning for the morning starters. You know, the forecast is pretty dire and a lot of rain coming through. They might not be able to play. Let's hope they can, but you never know.
Yeah, we had the complete final round washed out late in the day on Sunday at Marathon.
Well, she needed a couple of those little leaves to knock it in the hole there.
Nice playing today out of Patty. That's what, to go 3 under for the round?
Going to pick up the spare after yesterday's gutter ball.
This is Bronte Law on the tee. She made the turn at 5 over par for the tournament and was looking likely to be missing the cut, but has battled back. And that is a nice tee shot at 17. She made 3 birdies from 10 through 13 and then made a 6 at 14. This is for Bronte Law's 5th birdie on the back 9. Good opportunity missed there for Bronte, who did play in the Solheim Cup 2 years ago but did not make it to Toledo.
Third shot, par 5 18th for Jarianana Rukarn, finishing her second round.
Well, that was great contact. There is a certain sound when the contact is exactly right that every golfer loves to hear.
Good day for Patty Tavatanakit. 3 under, 1 over for the tournament. And just a little bit of cleanup for Jarianana Rukarn. Continues to play brilliantly. Hasn't missed a cut since April. You go back to the Lotte Championship to find the last time that she didn't play the weekend. At the par 5 18th, wrapping up round 2, Seunghyun Park, who has missed twice as many cuts as she's made this year, which is just evidence of how staggering it is, her decline over the last year and a half or so. She's going to make the cut here, and in fact going to be in reasonable position heading into the weekend at 1 under, tied for 16th.
Looks a little slippery right at the hole and just past it, moving right.
However deeply you dive into the numbers, 25 putts will always be a good number.
Yes, yes. And you know what? In that first round when she shot 69, she only missed 2 greens. Yeah, that's the... I'm sorry, I said that wrong. She only missed 2 fairways.
She was bombing 300-plus yard drives to the A&A, and she's 4th on tour in putts per green in regulation. But that combo. Good solid 3 feet here for bogey. Back-to-back dropped shots.
She took a lot off it.
Oh, that's really good. Seen some really nice approach shots at the 17th. Yeah, she read that well. It was a similar line to the one we saw from Bronte Law, and she just didn't quite get the line right.
Good full one. Yes. Started off a little right.
Get a good hop.
Go in, go in.
Might just, it's going to be right on the money, I think. Might be 15 feet, 2 inches.
This is not a game of supposed to, is it?
Yeah. You knew it.
Good putt.
Back over to 7. It's a bogey putt here for G.
She fought hard for that one, drove it into the penalty area, and that's 2 bogeys in a row, which now puts her right on the cut line, but she fought hard for that 5. It's important to have an outlet of any sort. Good 2 putt by Henseleit.
She built a 5,000-piece Maserati.
This is the hardest par 3, 197 to the hole. Plays 12 yards downhill, wind hurting right to left. That was a 4-iron. Nicely positioned on the left side of the green. Everything tilts left to right. That was really well done.
Yeah, got just a little bit better.
It's Lee 6, nothing easy here for par.
A hefty 7-footer to stay at 4 under.
Hold on 6.
Had the 5-shot lead going into the final round of the Amundi Evian Championship. It was gone by the time they made the turn. At the 10th first hole of the day for two-time Portland Classic champ Brooke Henderson. The 10th is small but tricky, Judy.
Yeah, it's an interesting hole, and particularly if it's your starting hole, it is tricky. It's short. It's a dogleg to the right. I don't know. I might rather start on 10 on this course than on 1. Nice not to have to work on the second one.
Winner of the first major of the year, Patty Tavatanikit at the 18th. '67. 15.
It's a slammer for a birdie here at the 15th. She's battling away to try and make the cut, and that's going to help. Get her to 3 over par, as you mentioned. Cut likely to go to 5 over.
Just for health reasons, just to get her body right, she said, and then also to make sure her visa issues were sorted out heading to the Olympics. Yin for birdie. All right, the Dame Laura Davies at the 12th, third hole of the day.
Can't be anything but a wedge for Laura.
Is it perfect? Oh. At the 12th, Laura Davies, after nearly holding that holding the tee shot. Nearly a 1. She'll settle for a 3. At the 10th, it's Amy Olsen. First hole of the day. Just enough. She was right on that edge, Judy, of being chosen for the Solheim Cup team.
This is the 22-year-old from Ibaraki, Japan. And Nasa Hataoka, second at the 11th. Flag all the way back today. And that's going to get a nice little kick. And end up just about flag high. You don't want to go long of this green. The wind has brought it in with a bit of a change in the direction. That one went to the left. She didn't quite see that.
College golf has come such a long way in the United States, and it seems to be our minor leagues to a degree, because so many players come out of college.
She's had 6 birdies today, 3 bogeys and a double, so a little bit of everything. Trying to end on a good note here. Good birdie look. Oh yeah, she gets it. And that's a nice round. She really fought through some ups and downs today, got on a couple good birdie streaks, and good way to end. Pretty straight overall. Oh, bingo. Well, that was a pretty nifty little up and down, and all in all, I'd say she's got to be pretty satisfied with that round.
To 12, and the 2019 champion here in the Portland area over at Columbia Edgewater Country Club, Hannah Green. There's another way to do it.
This is the second shot for Laura Davies.
CPAC, Scott, let me know where you are.
A wide fairway off the tee at 13, and it really narrows with the second shot. And a few players have made the mistake of going into the penalty area, but not Dame Laura. She's got a great chance for a birdie there. Now Dame Laura for a birdie at 13 down the hill, and oh, that's going to frustrate her. That's 2 birdie putts. Should have gone in.
Well, she missed that, but at least she can say that was a really good effort. Good putt.
Still loves to compete.
Went to a different kind of putter. Went to one of, oh my gosh, that was a good putt. One of these big mallet head putters, and didn't think that was something that would ever work for her, but it did work for her when we watched her win in Rogers, Arkansas.
Yeah. NASA for birdie.
Up the hill pretty slow, turning left consistently the entire way.
Oh, wow. How close to spinning off the green was that? Brooke for par. Well, Carlota Ciganda talked about how this woman inspired her. Laura Davies, second at 14. I mean, she's one of the legion. Who could say that, Judy?
Boy, isn't that the truth? She's been the leader of golf in Britain.
Her approach hit firmly and just released over the green, but she's chipping back into the wind. Shouldn't be too much of a problem to get this close.
It's a really good touch there from Jenny. Jenny's just bought a house. She's been working on decorating the house.
And painting,
Yeah.
right? Have you ever painted some walls in a house, Tom?
No, I haven't. I had somebody else do it for me.
It's actually quite a satisfying endeavor and sort of therapeutic in ways. Basically, Judy, I'm a firm believer of #1 fundamentals, just staying as steady as you can throughout the entire stroke. Usually means good results.
Yeah, there's no doubt that a still body, a still head, putting has a lot to do with your success.
Stacey for par. No problem at all.
Antarctica being the one that she hasn't, probably.
So she's been having to rely on friends and folks in the US and in Europe to stay with them. And the Golf Australia has a house in Orlando.
23-year-old from the Philippines. Led the tour in driving distance last year. And how about the irons?
I keep thinking I'm going to see one go in.
Yeah.
You know, the professionals and some of the best in the world.
Here's the Scot, Gemma Dryborough. The more conventional route. Back to the 12th, where Bianca Pagdananen. And just a little tap in, a little more than that for Gemma Dryborough. Nicely judged, and Gemma.
Being able to spend a bit of time with Dad.
Ciganda at the 6th.
That was Ciganda going after it hard with an 8-iron from the right rough.
Bravo pack is at 6 fairway, heading to 6 green.
That translates to just not being able to completely trust how hard or how soft or where to aim the putts.
It's nicely done. Good up and down.
You mentioned the rough taking the steam off of Grant. More than 50 yards behind NASA. This 187 in a hybrid. Really good one, too.
Boy, wonderful shot. Wonderful shot.
All's well.
Sorry, Grant. Very quick one down the hill. Very similar to the one we saw Jin Young Ko make earlier that Judy said was really lucky to catch the hole. It was motoring.
Okay. Just lay back off the tee. Let the rough take the steam out of it.
Just 135 up the hill from here. Looked like a 9-iron. Just right of the hole.
Yeah. Not a good place to the right side. Watch this shot.
Just off that bare lie. That's really well played. Is it going to go in?
Should have. Should have.
Downhill. Should move a little to her left. And she's no longer bogey free.
Yep. Kupcho's third at the 14th. You can understand Judy erring on that side with penalty area over on the right.
Yep. Easy 2-putt. There's a lot to be said for easy 2-putts. It's just you don't waste a lot of energy, especially mental energy, having to grind over 3, 4, 5 footers. Range, it's closer to 6.5, almost 7 feet. It really kept her releasing. And Saganda has been filling it up with that length putt the last 2 days.